Hey guys, welcome back to the CulePodcast. Welcome back to another match reaction. Barcelona 2, Newcastle 1. Barcelona in the first game of the new UCL season. We got a victory in a tough away stadium against a difficult opponent. Barcelona with the magic of Marcus Rashford. Some great goals from Barcelona as well, and a very well coordinated and a very good team performance. Barcelona got the job done. They got the 3 points. And we're going to be talking about that in today's video, guys. But before I do, make sure to follow me on all of my social media platforms. Everything is posted down below in the description. And if you guys do want to join and give your thoughts about the match, if you guys want to join the stream, feel free. I post a link on X. It's a StreamYard link, and as well on the post section in YouTube. But NJ Saket, welcome, guys. Welcome. I was not expecting Marcus Rashford to turn up like that in the second half. I was not expecting that.
I
Um,
told you it would be the most Marcus Rashford thing to score against the English team. I told you he will score against Newcastle.
no, it was some
It was
fantastic
just a
goals.
script. Yeah,
It's when
man.
he
I,
says,
I
"Let's
was just
go."
going on the timeline, and Manchester United fans are so salty that he was so bad. He didn't have a good performance. Man, who cares now? We got 2 goals out of him.
That is true. That is true. But I want to show you guys the lineup that Hansi Flick did field because he did make an inclusion. It wasn't really a surprise inclusion because we were expecting it, but he started with Ronald Rajo in the center back spot. Now, the debate that we were having before this game is first, who's going to be partnering alongside Guarci? Who's going to be in that midfield? Is it going to be Frankie de Jong or Marc Casado? And who's going to be the number 9? Is it going to be Ferran or is it going to be Robert Lewandowski? Hansi Flick, I think, you know, put a perfect 11 out there. Ron Araujo, the inclusion of him, it paid off. The performance of Ron Araujo was brilliant. I don't think there was a single mistake throughout the entirety of the match where, he was either B or he had a bad, touch or anything like that. I thought he was really good on the night. Well, what do you guys think of his performance?
Wait, who?
Ron Araujo.
Oh, yeah, Rao. He actually did really good tonight. He was clearing the ball.
Yeah.
When we were doing the crossing and stuff, and then he was able to s- hold down the strikers properly until like the latter stage. But I won't really blame him for that because yeah,
To
it was
be
just like
yeah. To be honest,
it.
there was we literally entirely neutralized the threat from the set pieces from the Newcastle team. So tall
Mm-hmm.
team. Araujo, Kunde, especially Kunde has been great also.
Both of them have been class. RDS,
Yeah.
welcome. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Congratulations on the wedding and getting married.
Yo,
I know I
this is
sent you
not
a
RDS.
message.
This is Magpie Studio.
Oh,
Magpie
you're
Studio,
right.
hold the hell.
Magpie
We
Studio.
defeated you.
Magpie Studios. Magpie Studios. Where is Magpie Studios? Where is Magpie Studios? But has Rashford arrived? This is one of those moments where a player he makes a statement. This was Marcus
Now he
Rashford
will
making a
gain the
statement.
confidence.
Of course. And I never understood this. I never understood why some people were so critical at the start. This was him coming into a new country, new team, new league, new language, new culture, and we've seen some very positive signs in regards to Rashford. Even though since he
No, I
wasn't getting the
think
goals or the assists,
you know,
it's
I-
start of the
Elias.
season.
Most of the Barcelona fans were pretty clear on Marcus Rashford that he will struggle in La Liga because of the how teams play against us. But we already said that he will score in the UCL. In La Liga, you
Be-
don't get spaces to run.
Okay. Uh huh. And then it's because of the nature of play, how Newcastle play, and Marcus
Yeah.
Rashford already being familiar with Newcastle. That's the reason why he performed well.
Uh, to be fair, he doesn't really perform against English team properly. There'll be like times where like he will actually perform, and most of the time he won't. So he
Okay.
just like one of those games where like he got it. He got on the great move, good
Okay.
move. A
Well,
good mood. Yeah.
Well, we'll talk about Marcus Rashford in a little bit, but I want to look over like at the key moments throughout the game because this moment right here at the start of the match, we were talking about it in the in the halftime space, but this chance from Anthony Gordon, it could have changed things. We were saying that if he's able to finish this,
Yeah,
Barcelona they go down 1-0 in a very tough stadium, and you're thinking, could things have changed? But Anthony Gordon
yeah.
absolutely whiffed the
It could
ball.
have been. It could have been like Liverpool. They scored back-to-back early goals against Atletico. It would have been
It,
something like that if that goals
mhm.
would have scored.
Exactly, exactly. It could have been like yesterday's game against Atletico Madrid. Other than that, Newcastle they had this chance right here. It was offside though. Great work from the back line, as you can see right here. Everyone keeping their positions, and Newcastle they started really well. They started well. They were putting Barcelona under pressure, and they were pressing so intensely. And then it was just Barcelona, settling into the match, growing into the game. And in the second half, that's when you saw Barcelona just dominate. I don't think that Newcastle were in the match in the second half, me personally. But I want to thank Joan Garcia as well because this chance right here, just like how the Anthony
Yeah,
Gordon chance, it could have changed things. If Barnes finishes this, then it's a completely different story as well. Thankfully, we have signed a proper keeper, no Ter Stegen, finally. And, Joan Garcia, he makes a save in the European nights. In the European nights. This is exactly why we have a keeper of his quality.
Yeah,
My
I
point
was,
is fuming.
I was like never. I was never like surprised of his quality because I knew that he was really good. Like I said that again. If you play for a lower team, you're not gonna perform at the best of your ability. Simple as that. I mean, people were like doubting, oh, can he perform in the UCL? And I said, yeah, he can. He knows how to play if you give him the proper team. And guess what? That happened.
yeah.
Simple as that. It's not really surprised that he performed.
Okay.
I,
Um,
I I agree with you, NJ. I was not doubtful of his quality. I was just doubtful that whether he would be fit. He would fit in the system very well or not. Because we have seen, in multiple big clubs. Look at Onana. There are so many examples that
Yeah, but again,
when
again,
new keeper
but again,
comes.
you can't compare Onana to Garcia. Young Garcia was just like normal, has the normal instinct of a Spanish goalkeeper. Onana came
Yeah,
from
yeah,
the Masia, but he never fully adapted it to his game style when he
yeah.
left.
Just like Donnarumma fitted completely in Manchester City. If you look at it, Donnarumma was treble winner, and he has that quality, composure that Joan
Yeah,
Garcia has. Joan Garcia was playing for Espanol.
yeah, again, again with Donnarumma, Donnarumma, he's learning how to like be under club now because he plays for Man
Yeah,
City,
okay.
he's gonna learn that
yeah.
True.
because
Still,
No, no,
back to back clean sheet,
yeah.
yeah.
for
Well,
I
Donnarumma. I
mean,
mean,
they're
uh,
OP, man. No, Man City, they're OP. What the hell, man? How did they end up with Donnarumma and Haaland, bro?
yeah. I mean,
Like,
it's just the money that they have.
yeah,
It's ridiculous and
I know,
everything.
no,
money.
but I know that, for them to like to land like former like wonder kids from 2015 to now, yo, I'm like, yo, how did they land that so good?
Yeah. But moving the conversation back to Joan Garcia, the some doubt was there on whether he would be able to transition his good form from Espanyol
I was
to
really
Barcelona.
surprised.
It's completely understandable. But Joan Garcia, he has shown why he's such a quality keeper, and at no point was I feeling nervous or anxious about
I was never,
having him in goal.
yeah, I was never surprised either.
You know,
And plus, everybody knew in Spain, like Spanish people knew that Johan Garcia was the next in line after Unai Simon leaves.
yeah,
Okay.
He was the next in line. That's why people were saying that getting Johan Garcia for 25 mil was a steal. They knew. Everybody in Spain, even my cousin who lives in Spain, knew that it was a steal.
That is true. But moving on, because as we said before, the first half it was competitive. I don't think that there was a better team. I thought everything was very equal. Newcastle had their chances. I think Barcelona they had their chances as well. You had like a Marcus Rashford, shot going wide, a Lewandowski shot going wide. I would say Newcastle they did have the better of the chances, but very equal. And the second half, I think it was only Barcelona. Newcastle, I didn't feel threatened by them whatsoever. They grew into the game, and And what helped really was this goal for Marcus Rashford. And this is we're going to be talking, about what really changed it, because Barcelona, they were able to have some possession, they were moving the ball around, and a great quality cross from Jules Koundé into Marcus Rashford, and he just headers it
Yeah,
fantastically well, beating Nicholas Pope, and that's where the game changed. And then that great header is followed up by one of the
yeah,
best goals so far in the Champions League
that was
campaign.
insane. What he did there. I'm like, yo, I'm like, how did what the fuck? Yeah, yeah. Can't lie though, I was okay with a draw or a 1-0, but then when he scored the banger, I'm like, oh yeah, that shit woke me up, bro. I'm like, what the fuck? That shit woke me up. I'm like, what?
I'm, yeah, I'm telling you, this is not footballing ability. Marcus Rashford was
Yeah, I
playing
know.
with
Yeah, I know.
venom and hate in this match.
Yeah, I can't lie though. Like I was like okay with a 1-0 or a draw for this game. Then when he scored that, I'm like, hey, yo, what?
No, it was pure magic. And I asked you guys this because we were talking about it before. But do you think this is a statement match from Marcus Rashford? Do you guys think he's going to be more and more involved, in the Barcelona team? Because with Lamine Yamal, could it be that Barcelona, they found their attacking lineup for these next upcoming matches? What role do you guys think that Marcus Rashford is going to have? Because originally he was coming just to be a sub player, coming in with one of the starters, wasn't available, such as now. But could it be that Marcus Rashford is now
And
going to have a greater importance in the team?
Oh yeah, he will play an important role for sure. Because again, we need everybody to like contribute at some point during the season, right? So for him to like to score now, like, it means that he can be reliable. But I'm not saying he will score every goal at every game, rather than everybody will see now that like that at any given moment in a game, like any game, Rashford can do that he if he wakes up. But overall, I expect him to be playing an important role for the coming years without Lamine. But then even if Lamine comes back, I'm pretty sure he will play either a starter
uh,
or a sub.
I'm not, I'm, I'm not sure about Rashford in La Liga because we have to see more because we have seen
Again,
him
one
in
second,
four
third
games
game,
in La Liga.
3 or 4 games.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm not doubting Rashford. I don't see him get past those La Liga low blocks. That's the only problem. I am not doubting his ability. I know that he will do. I already said he will score against Newcastle. I know he can do it in the UCL because teams are more open. There is more
Yeah, he will
chances to
score
run
some.
behind the back of the defender. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's why I think.
Okay.
yeah,
And
he will score some goals in La Liga when he understands fully
Yeah, yeah,
like
of
how.
course he will.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
And
there are multiple teams in La Liga, who also come to play football. For example,
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Valencia, Celta Vigo, all these teams.
yeah,
So he will score.
that is true. That is true. And he was the man of the match. He was given the award
rightfully
for,
so.
and I completely agree. His performance warranted that. But I want to be looking right now at some of the quotes from the players, from some of the from Hansi Flick as well. I want to be looking at the quotes from Rajo. He says, "We're very happy with the victory. Newcastle United is a team that presses a lot, but the team wanted the ball and ran. The team made a great effort, and it was a great victory. We knew that in the first 15 minutes of each half, they would start very strong, so we had to hold on. I had cramps at the end of the match, but Guarci had a knee issue. The team put in a great effort. We won, and that's what matters. Marcus is a great player. He's an amazing player. He does the same in training. He's a high level player, and I hope he can keep going like this." And we were talking about Ronald Araujo. He was absolutely fantastic, but Barcelona, they coped well with that pressure in the opening parts of both halves,
Yeah,
and that's why I'm so proud of the team, because of course you had the individual
Yeah,
magic for Marcus Rashford and Jules Koundé, no, and for the cross and everything, but the team overall played so well. Barcelona in a tough away stadium in a big UCL night, they performed well, and
yeah, they did.
at no point was
yeah.
I feeling, oh my god, Newcastle is just like completely. Us, and we're going to be losing, and
I
that
wasn't
shows
really.
the
I
progression.
don't
Yeah,
know,
I wasn't
I
really
don't
there
know why
this.
that Newcastle manager started Gordon as a false nine and didn't start that guy Voldemort and you know literally Gordon scored from the left wing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think that was his mistake. Entire game he made that mistake. Didn't start a pure number nine. That's why I think Arau had a good game because he had no one to mark. Gordon
Yeah,
was
that's
doing
true.
nothing as
Yeah.
a nine most
Yeah.
of the
He didn't
times.
really play. Yeah. He didn't. But
Mm-hmm.
again, but to be fair, despite us playing so good, we were able to overcome the storm from Newcastle. Because again, Newcastle came to play as well.
They
Even
did.
the yeah,
Yeah, yeah. First 15
that's why
minutes they were the better team.
yeah, that's why it made sense why some Newcastle were mad because they played prop good and they were fighting. But then again, despite them fighting, we were able to stand up and fight against them as well. Then we were showing that despite you guys are stronger than us when it comes to physicality and stuff like that, we were able to overcome you guys as well. Same as them as well, because even though they were down, they were fighting still. And also, what do you call this? You know, that's like one of those games where yeah, you know what, well deserved win. Like unlike
Yeah.
you knew that you fought till the end. Unlike because some games that we played, sometimes we win. It's like not deserving win.
No. I want to give like a quick shout out to Jack Grealish here because he posted this on his social media. He said Pedri and the Young
Yeah,
are a joy to watch, and in that second half especially, man, the way that they were able to move the ball and that they were able
yeah.
to control that midfield. That's why Barcelona they were
Hey,
so dominant. In the second half, unfortunately we conceded that goal towards the end
I
by
mean,
by Gordon.
it is what it
In,
is.
yeah, and in the final minutes, it is what it is. But they were just so superior to Newcastle.
Yeah, actually, the Young's
Uh,
good, man.
they
People want him on
weren't
ban.
Newcastle, they were just running behind the ball.
Yeah,
Pedri, Frankie de Jong, they were just toying with that midfield.
yeah,
Tonali, Bruno Guimaraes, no, I think it was what's it called? Joe Linton. He came off
yeah.
for the second half, but our midfield duo was just absolutely brilliant, and I just want
That's
to give
why it
that
was
that,
good
that
to
great
keep
praise
them,
to
bro.
them.
The
Well,
people want him
yeah.
gone.
Well, I mean, I've always been on the mindset if a huge offer arrives for Frankie, I'm not against selling him.
Would you
You know,
would you be same thing as Pedri as well if a very big offer
No,
comes?
no, no,
Yeah,
no, no, no. Pedri is different. Pedri is
yeah.
like 7, 8 years his junior. Around
Well,
there.
yeah. Wait, what? To be fair, before I let you start with the young, what he did, no, it was so good because you know why? Because he didn't rush anything at all. He knew when to hold the ball for long, to kill time, and then he knew when to pass the ball, and he knew when when to help out Pedri, and because of him and Pedri knew each other very well how to play, it made the game easy for them in second half.
Okay. And this is an interesting question. He says, Venley asks, CulePodcast, if Rashford begins to pick up form in goal contributions, what's your Gala front line for? And this is super interesting because when I think about it, if everyone is fit, Lamine Yamal is starting. I think Rafinha is starting.
Yeah,
I
Rafinha
think
is starting.
Lewandowski is starting. And so my question is Rafinha playing in the 10 or is Rashford going to be on the bench? That's the question. Is it going to be Rafinha,
Depends on the
Lewa,
matchup.
Lamine, and maybe like
Strong matchup.
Danny Olmo or Fermin in the 10? Or are we just going to bench those two and put Rafinha in the 10?
A
I
matchup.
th-
It's a matchup thing. You can't, because again, he showed you that with Rafinha playing 10, he's not a number 10 natural. He's too goal scoring minded 10. He holds the game too long long for everybody.
yeah,
okay.
yeah. I agree
That is
with
true.
I agree with NJ. It is a matchup thing. It just
Yeah.
if we go back to default setting, I think Marcus still starts on the bench because Rafinha and Lamin will start
Yeah.
undoubtedly. And in number 10 position, we have Fermin and Olmo. So it doesn't have to just to fit Marcus Rashford. We cannot just change the position of Rafinha and bench Olmo and Foran both.
Okay. Okay. No, I
It
think
all
that's completely normal.
yeah.
But I think we're gonna have to see more of just how the team develops and how Marcus Rashford develops before we see. But quickly before we end off the video, I do want to show you guys this screen right here because this is how the table is looking like on match day one. You have the draws over here. You have the teams that have lost, but Barcelona with the 3 points. Currently, Eintracht Frankfurt is number one, having that +4 goal difference. PSG in second. But very quickly, guys, who do you guys think is going to be finishing in that top eight? Just
Top
quick
eight. Oh,
predictions.
Man City. I think Man City, Arsenal, Bayern Munich, us, Liverpool. Wait, how many teams is that though? I lost count.
You said Arsenal,
Yeah,
Bayern Munich,
yeah.
PSG, Man City, us. That's
Uh,
five.
five. Inter's gonna be there.
Inter. Okay, so that's six.
Who else in that? Who else in the draw area?
I mean, you're looking at Real Madrid. You're looking at Atletico Madrid. You're looking at Chelsea.
Maybe you not Juventus. You're gonna play in for sure. Maybe okay. You know what? Uh maybe. May na wait lang. Muna.
What do you think?
Sporting and PSG.
Okay. Seke,
What?
what do you think?
Yeah, what is the question? I was just listening
Who?
to Marcus Rashford interview. He said that a reporter asked him what has changed in his game in past few days. Since he joined Barcelona from Manchester United, he said
Uh-huh.
nothing has changed. It's just mentality and environment around you and players. So he basically said the players around me and the environment in Barcelona helped me.
Of course. Of
That
course.
he was just like, yeah. So
Vlahovic.
also he said that header was more difficult than that banger because he doesn't score with more with the headers. So for him it was header that was difficult. I mean, just look at that second goal again. It was crazy shot, man.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna watch the
Yeah,
highlights again just to get
yeah.
But I can't
the
lie
What?
though.
goal.
Yeah. What is the question? What were you guys talking about?
No, no, I want to ask you, Sake, who do you think is going to be finishing in the top eight? Because with Barcelona now having this victory ahead, and looking at our schedule, where do you think Barcelona is going to be placing in the Champions League? Me looking at it, I think Barcelona are
Yeah.
going to be finishing in the top eight. But who do you think is going to be finishing alongside us?
I think Barcelona will be in top three, and I would say that it is very unpredictable. Too. I think most of the big teams will be there in the top eight, but it is very unpredictable. We can't
Well,
really
the
predict
same
who
as
will
us
finish
then.
in the top eight because last season also if you see the last year's table, literally three teams were like I think three of the teams were unexpected that they have finished in the top eight. If you look at
I
it,
mean, come on,
I
though.
don't know.
Like Real Madrid were pretty shit last year, so that's why they
Yeah,
end up in.
that's why Real Madrid were pretty shit, PSG were pretty shit in the league stage. Still they qualified. So most of the big teams will be there,
Yeah, but
Yeah.
again,
and two to
it's not.
three teams will be there that were unexpected.
Yeah, but
Okay.
before we end though, not gonna lie, the UCL campaign so far, the games were bangers. Like everything started good.
No, it's entertaining for sure. It's greatly entertaining.
Man, that
Um,
They
yesterday's
played
I
great
was
start
watching
for the.
yesterday's that Dortmund Juventus game.
Oh yeah,
Crazy
that
game,
was
man.
crazy. That was a crazy
oof,
game. That was
Yeah,
a
oof.
crazy game.
some of the craziest game.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
I was also watching the Chelsea Bayern
Atletico
game.
Liverpool too. Yeah, I also
Oh,
watched
yeah,
the Atletico Liverpool game too. That
yeah.
was crazy too.
yeah,
Yeah, you want to have like that like multi-cast where you're
yeah.
having every single game play at once, but it's super
Yeah,
cool.
but overall, the game,
Yeah.
the way the campaign started is really good for every team that have won, and
Yeah.
even the other teams that lost, it was still a good campaign start for everybody. To be fair.
Absolutely. Barcelona winning in a tough away stadium. That's what we want. We got the job done. You had Marcus Rashford magic. Overall, very solid performance. Unfortunately, we didn't get the clean sheet, but it's not the end of the world.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, game one. I'm telling
yeah,
you.
game
Also,
one, and we're
I
gonna be
think
moving towards this weekend.
Also one thing I noticed that after Newcastle scored the goal, Pedri took the most responsibility to control the game. He was asking for the
Yeah,
ball. He was making the right
Yeah,
passes. Controlling the game.
no,
He was
no,
very good after we considered that goal.
and he's the best midfielder in the world. Like it's just I don't have enough
Yeah,
praise to give him. He's
yeah.
simply the best in his position. But
yeah.
guys, thank you guys all for being here. I want to hear your guys' thoughts down below in the comments. What do you guys make of Barcelona's performance, their victory against Newcastle away from home? We get the 3 points. We're going to be moving towards this weekend. We're going to be turning the focus now towards La Liga, playing against Getafe, against Jorge Bordalas' Getafe. And that's going to be an interesting game. I do
And
expect some rotations, but we'll see. But guys, thank you a lot for watching.
one terrorist football from one terrorist football to another terrorist football.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But
Yes,
guys,
it is.
I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.
Bye.